other means of exchange. Read the short poem from the Sangam collection. As they carry the white paddy of their land to exchange it for the salt of another, crossing the long road in carts, through sands white as moonlight, taking whole families who hate to be left behind. The departure of the salt merchant leaves the city empty. Salt was produced plentiful along the sea coast. What are the merchants planning to exchange it with? How are they traveling? Cities with many functions. Very often, a single town was important for a variety of reasons. Let us look at the example of Mathura, map 7, page 105. Mathura has been an important settlement for more than 500 years. It was important because it was located at the crossroad of two major routes of travel and trade. From the northwest to the east and from north to east, there were fortifications around the city and several shrines. Farmers and herders from adjoining areas provide food for people in the city. Mathura was also a center where some extremely fine sculpture was produced. Around 2000 years ago, Mathura became the second capital of the Kushanas, about whom you will be reading in chapter 9. Mathura was also a religious center. There were Buddhist monasteries, Jaina shrines, and it was an important center for the worship of Krishna. Several inscriptions on surface, such as stones, slabs, and statues, have been found in Mathura. Generally, these are short inscriptions recording gifts made by men and something women to monasteries and shrines. These were made by kings and queens, officers, merchants, and craftspersons who lived in the city. For instance, inscriptions makers, garland makers, perfumes. Make a list of the occupation of people who lived in Mathura. List one occupation that was not practiced in Harappan cities. Craft and craftsperson. We also have archaeological evidence for crafts. These include extremely fine pottery, known as the Northern Black Polished Ware (NBPW). It gets its name from the fact that it is generally found in the northern part of the subcontinent. Remember that the archaeological evidence for many crafts may not have survived. We know from text that the manufacture of clothes was important. There were famous centers such as Varanasi in the north and Madurai in the south. Both men and women worked in these centers. Many craftspersons and merchants now formed associations known as shrines. These shrines of craftspersons provided the training, procured raw material, and distributed the finished product. Then shrines of merchants organized the trade. Shrines also served as bank where rich men and women deposited money. This was invested and part of the interest was returned or used to support religious institutions such as monasteries. Northern black polished ware (NBPW) is a hard wheel made metallic looking ware with a shiny black surface. The potter used exposed the earthenware to very high temperature in his kiln, which resulted in the blackening of its outer surface. A fine black chip was also applied on this, which gave the pottery a mirror like shine. Rules for spinning and weaving. The rules, these rules are from the Arthashastra mentioned in chapter 7. They describe now spinning and weaving could be done in workshops under the supervision of a special official. Widows, young women who were differently abled, nuns, mothers of courtesans, retired women servants of the king, women who have retired from service in temples, may be used for processing wool, bark, cotton, hemp, and flax. They should be paid according to the quality and quantity of work. Women who are not permitted to leave their homes can send maid servants to bring the raw material from the superintendent and take the finished work back to her. Women who can visit the workshop should go at down to give their work and receive their wages. And there should be enough light to example the work. In case of superintendent looks at the women or talk about anything other than the work, he should be punished. If a woman does not complete her work, she will have to pay a fine and her thumbs can be cut off. Make a list of all the women who could be employed by the superintendent. Do you think women would have faced any problems while working? A closer look. Arika Meadow. Find Arika Meadow in Puducherry on map 7, page A105, and read the box on Rome on page 88. Between 2200 years and 1900 years ago, Arika Meadow was a coastal settlement where ships unloaded goods from distant land. A massive brick structure, which may have been a warehouse, was found at the site. Other finds include pottery from the Mediterranean region, such as amphor, tall double-handled jars that contain liquids such as wine or oil, and stamped red glazed pottery known as Argentine ware, which was named after a city in Italy. This was made by pressing wet clay into a stamped mold. There was yet another kind of pottery which was made locally through Roman designs were used. Roman lamps, glassware, and gems have also been found at the site. Small tanks have been found that were probably dyeing wots used to dye clothes. There is a plenty of evidence for the making of beds from semi-precious stone and glass. List the evidence that indicate that there was contact with Rome. Tamil Brahmi inscriptions. Several pieces of pottery have inscriptions in Brahmi, which was used to write Tamil. Elsewhere, find Rome on map 6, page 76. This is one of the oldest cities in the Europe and developed around the same as the cities in the Ganga Valley. Rome was the capital of the largest empire, one of the spread across Europe, North Africa, and West Asia. Augustus, one of the most important emperors who ruled about 2000 years ago, said that he found Rome a city of brick and made it into a city of marble. He and later rulers built temples and palaces. They also built huge amphitheaters, open arenas surrounded by the trees and seats where citizens could watch all kind of shows, and public baths with separate timing for men and women where people met and relaxed. Huge aqueducts channels to supply water were built to bring water to the city for the baths, fountains, and toilets. What do you think? The amphitheaters and aqueducts have survived. And ad- aqueduct. Oh, this is aqueducts. Sorry for that. Look at the picture. Imagine you believe in Gaza and visiting the port. Describe what you would be see there. Let's recall some important dates. Beginning of the use of iron in the subcontinent about 3000 years ago. Increased the use of iron cities punch marked coins about 2500 years ago. Beginning of the composition of Sangam literature about 2300 years ago. Settlement in Arika Meadow between 2200 and 1900 years ago. Thank you.